Hello folks. So in this session we are going to learn about the conditions. Those are very interesting concept because every if needs a condition, every while loop needs a condition. So wherever we have a decision making in the script we need conditions. So there are different types of comparisons which we can do. As you can see, for numbers we can use these operators like -ne is for not equal, -eq is for equal, so on. And this is the syntax. In the square brackets we can give dollar number one and hyphen gt hyphen le or something, and then dollar n2, then the block of statements which we want to execute, and close it with fi. So this then is also one of the keywords it is required. Now for files there are different other operations which you can do. There are different conditions like is the file readable. For that we can use -r. Is the file executable, we will use -x. Same thing for if -s file name, if it is true that means the size of file is greater than 0, that means it has some content. And if -d file name is true, that means the file is actually a directory. And the syntax is this operator name and the file name. So this syntax works on all the files. For strings we can compare two strings by using equal to for to match them, and this exclamation and equal to for it will be true when the strings are not matching. This greater than str1 is greater than str2, it will be true when the str1 is alphabetically coming before str2, and based on this we can execute some conditions. So this is all about theory. Let's try to use them in some practical ways. I will define some numbers like, okay, first we'll work among the numbers. So I'll get number a equal to 5, b equal to 3, c equals to, let's say, 10. So if we separate some statements with semicolon, they will be all executed in the same child shell. Okay, so you can just see, so all the variables are now initialized. Now another important thing, we can, whatever we can put in the shell script, we can run it on command prompt as well, like this: if space square bracket open space dollar a, and if you want to compare with any other number, if you want to check whether it is less than, so for that we have to use -l t dollar another variable number space square bracket close. And now if you press enter, here it will already gives you a hint that we have to give another keyword, that is then, and then we can put the block of statement which we want when this condition is true. So echo a is smaller, else enter echo b is smaller. If I press enter, it will keep on asking me for different statements, but if I give a fi, that means it will close this if block here and it will come out and it will execute. So b is smaller, b is 3, so it is smaller. So this is the one way, but this is just on command prompt we are running the statements, but all these we can copy and put them into a file and we can execute them as a shell script. Let us understand one more thing. This condition which is put in the square brackets here. This is evaluated and the return code is checked with this if and then proceed further. So same thing we can use within another operator when the square brackets are not needed. So it is like something like this: if test dollar $a hyphen gt dollar $c, then go dollar $a is greater else go C is greater 5. So it is printing C is greater, but you can see this square bracket syntax we can easily replace with test, which is sometimes used in the shell scripts, and for our purposes of learning the conditional operators we are going to use it now. So let us see, we had echo $a $b $c 5 3 and 10. We can use test $a hyphen eq $c. Now what's going to happen is the test will execute this and there will be return code. So in Unix, when the return code is 0, that means it is the statement executed was true, and if it is false, the return code is non-zero or 1. So, and we know that we can test using the special operator $? So we can do it like this, equal $? So in this small statement itself, we were able to see how this hyphen eq works. Let us do some more testings. $b hyphen lt $c equal $? b is less than c, which is correct because 3 is less than 10. When it is true, so the echo $? will return 0. Now we will see some examples for the strings. So I will initialize one variable fruit1 equal to orange, fruit2 equal to orange, fruit3 equal to mango. Okay, now using test operator, and now we will use the string operators like equal to and not equal to, greater than and less than. So let us try $fruit1 equals to $fruit2 and then put a semicolon and echo $? Now fruit1 and fruit2 are both orange, so this will match and it will return true. So $? is giving 0. $fruit1 equal to $fruit3. So this should be false now, and false is 1. So just for understanding how these operators are working, I am using this syntax. Otherwise, mostly in the shell scripts, we will be using this stuff after a if condition, and then there will be a then and the block of statements which you want to execute. So we have left out the file operators, and this I left out for an exercise. So we have understood about how the conditions work in numbers and how they work with strings. So our exercise is to take a file name from a user and check whether it is present in the present directory or not, and display the corresponding message. So if the file is present, it will say the file is present. If not, then it will say file is not present. So you can try it yourself, pause the video and you can try it, and after some time you can come back and we'll see how you can do that. So hope you were able to do that. Let us try creating a shell script for that. I'm giving name if present. Now I will not check it, I will just use directly the file name as the argument passed by the user. Now I will just using the if condition, if an f file name, then so -f file name will return true if the file is present. So just we have to do echo dollar file is present, else echo file is not present, and then end the if statement here. That's it. So you can see the file is here. First we'll do sh if present, I'll give existing file. Okay, so names is here, so this thing file is present. If I give if present in any non-existing file, it will say file is not present. So I will show you the code again once. So this is how the if condition has helped us, and we tested the presence of file or not. There are other operators also for file. We can check whether the user has execute permission for file or not, and we can display corresponding message if you want to execute it actually, and if it is a directory or not. So these are the file operators. So we've learned in this session about what are the conditions checked in the numbers, how we can use the operators for these files, and how the strings are matched. And we also learned about how we can use the test operator to test a condition instead of the square brackets. So this is all about this session. Thanks folks.